Stuck with my face to begin with. So.
Yeah. So we're live?
Yeah, we're live.
All right. Welcome everybody that's been waiting for our weekly Live and Dirty at 5:30 with me and Mrs. Cornfield.
Dennis? Hey, Dennis, what's up?
Dennis, first one.
I know. First and best.
Ooh. She's playing favorites. Yeah, so welcome back to our weekly Live and Dirty at 5:30 event where we recap what's gone on in the shop over the past 7 days and give you guys a chance to ask questions, show you stuff that you want to see in the shop, and just give you the platform to ask questions, and we do our best to cover them.
Definitely dirty today.
I am dirty. It's been a rough day.
It's been a rough day. Same.
Yeah.
Same. So I guess no one's asked yet, but you moved the race car.
Well, one of them. Yeah, so we had, how deep do we want to get right off the bat?
As deep as you want to go.
All right. Are there any questions yet?
Not yet. Not
All
yet.
right. So a lot of people, they're gonna miss the good parts. So it's been an interesting week.
Brandon's here. He says, hey.
Yep. So I've got some frame rails I had to bend. They were ordered 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I like to keep frame rails bent within 3 days of the order coming in.
Like turnaround time.
Yeah, my turnaround time, I like to be within 3 days. I like to be on top of it, keep people happy. But I usually don't stock 2x4 188 because I can source that locally, and usually I get it within a day. So if I order it on Monday, it shows up Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday at the latest. So I ordered, because it's all 2x4 188 that the orders came in, I ordered that last Monday. I sent them an email on Sunday, so they got it first thing Monday morning. Well, Thursday rolled around, I hadn't heard anything. And they're like, it's on the truck, it'll be there tomorrow. Well, didn't show up. Friday, it's on the truck, it'll be there tomorrow. Monday, same thing. So I kept calling every day, I'm like, where is my material? And it finally showed up yesterday, which was Wednesday. So that's why this had to be moved, because they're 24-foot sticks, so we carried them in. And then that led us today, which this material is garbage.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Can you take over for a second? Someone's calling me. I think it's important.
Okay.
So, I'm so sorry.
That
Give
is
me
fine.
A couple minutes.
So, here is the material, and I bent this tube and this tube. And it took me all day because whoever my tubing supplier is, they switched their supplier, so they're buying from a different mill, and the mill does not keep any kind of consistent dimensions. So it fluctuates in width throughout, so I would push it into the machine and it would get wedged. So then we would have to take a dead blow hammer and smack it to drive it over the mandrel, and then it would slide for a little bit and then it would get stuck. And this tube was so bad I couldn't do that. So I had to take the mandrel apart, put the tube in the machine, then put the mandrel in from the front and use the machine to retract it through, just to get it to where we could bend it. So I think it took a little over an hour to get the first tube set up, and it took almost the same with this one. So that was a little bit of a bummer. The worst part is I have 2 more frame rails I have to bend out of that same material. So I'm sure that's going to get really interesting, and that's why the Indy Roadster is moved, because we had to bring it in the side door to get it into the mandrel bender and up on the table. And she's coming back.
Hi. Sorry, it was a work thing, but everything's okay. I was just worried everything wasn't okay, but everything's fine. So good. Sorry.
Yeah. So that has been my debacle with the tubing. And it's very frustrating because I've been ordering the same material from the same supplier for 5, 6 years. Never had a problem like this. And I mean, it has ruined my entire day. My back is sore, my arms are sore from handling it because it was taking the tubing out 10, 15 times to try to figure out why it's hitting, where it's binding on the mandrel. Just a nightmare. So, yeah, that was my entire day, was to bend 2 frame rails. But anyway, on to bigger and better things. Yeah. You guys should have got the How to Make a Fender in 7 Minutes video that came out.
Yeah.
So I compiled all 7 episodes, some that aren't out yet, down into 7 minutes.
So let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Because it's a new way for you to do it.
Yeah, a new style. So I took all the talking out and I just put all the working stuff and then sped it all up to 600 to 800% and condensed everything down into 7 minutes. So if you haven't seen that and you're not a member and you haven't seen all 7 episodes yet, so if you are a member here on YouTube, you get access to all of the videos as soon as I post them. So right now, I think we're scheduled out 5 weeks of long format videos. So as members, you get access to all of those right now. Yeah. You don't have to wait a week.
Did you see Dennis said that sucks?
That
Brandon
does suck.
said that was terrible. Someone else said, I wonder where that tubing came from.
I have no idea. Like all of this stuff is like, I only buy American-made tubing. So I don't know what mill it's from. I don't know if they're saying it's a US-made tubing and it's actually not.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I mean, I called and kind of reamed out my, my steel supplier, because I was already aggravated that it should have been a 2-day delivery and it was 8 days.
And you're a pretty good customer.
Yeah, and I'm a pretty good customer. So I was already worked up a little bit. And then when I was like, well, the first tube, maybe it was just a faulty tube.
Yeah.
And then the second one did the exact same thing. And I'm like, not a happy camper. But we're not going to talk about the tube.
Yeah. Rick says hello, and then Restoration Revival says good morning.
Good morning.
Because he's Australia, I think.
So here is the first Watson Fender.
So shiny.
It's done. Fits the buck really nice and tight.
Here, do you want to show fitment somehow?
Nah.
Oh, no.
No. We'll just show you the surface.
Okay.
Because when we flip the camera over with it being in a gimbal, it's going to get all funky.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So it fits the buck where I'm pretty happy with it. And I mean, you can see it's nice and snug.
Ooh.
Everybody always wants to see the underside.
Okay. I'll show
So that's what the underside looks like. You can see the weld seam through it and where I dressed the Cleco holes.
Yeah. No ground welds.
Nope, just the Cleco holes I ground.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, the gimbal's getting weird.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's why we don't want to turn it upside down. So, one down, and here is the start of the other one. So, second fender.
Oh, yeah. Both sides?
Both sides, all laid out. Side A, side B, everything's ready to roll. So, I don't think I'm going to start on a Monday. We're going to get, that one's done. I have some other stuff I want to knock out next week. So I'll probably take a couple weeks off on that fender.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of stuff to do tomorrow for my weekly Friday small project. I have to finish that weird triangle-shaped air cleaner that I posted some shorts on, that I worked on last Friday. Mm-hmm. I'll wrap that up tomorrow, and I've got some frame rails I need to design that people mailed in some paper templates. They didn't know how to measure it, so they just took a rubbing of their frame and sent me the rubbing.
That works. Someone said that, dude, that fender is perfection.
It's not perfect. It's got its flaws, but it's a trailer fender, so I'm not getting too wrapped up. Yeah. And I talk about that in some of the videos, that you don't want to chase perfection to be perfect. You have to do the best of your skill within reason. Could I sit there and nitpick that for another 50 hours and make it absolutely flawless? Yeah. Yes. But then you get into, is it worth that? You know? Yeah. It becomes a gray area. So my thought, if it needs a skim coat of filler and it's under a 16th, I'm happy.
Yeah, Dennis said, do you only have to make one set?
Yes, only one pair. Yeah, so
yeah,
set.
Yeah. And Duke's Garage said hello.
Hello.
So, yeah,
so stay there and I'll show you something cool that showed up today. I think I mentioned it last week. And we are now able to...
Oh yeah, we did talk about this last week.
Hard face stipple tooling. So here's a set of Bailey tools that I just restippled today. Sweet. Using hard facing. So nice and grippy. And here's a set of standard serrated style that I went over and I stippled on top of it. So I just hard-faced over top of the serrations, so you don't get the cuts. You get a standard stippled style shrink. So still getting that dialed in, learning everything there is to know about stippling.
Oh, I got a question.
All right.
Outshine Copper said, could you please describe the steps you take to get such a beautiful sanding line on the weld of the fender? Are you taping the edge lines off to get it so straight?
Yep. So what I like to do is, usually I try to keep the stripe about 2 inches. So I'll measure off where our weld line is, over 1 inch on each side, do it in a couple spots, pull a piece of 2-inch tape down the center, and then I'll put 2-inch and 2-inch on each side and peel the center back off. And that can be seen in episode 7 of the Watson Fender.
Yeah.
So like I didn't show where I measured it out. It showed me putting the tape on and sanding. But yeah, that'll be in episode 7.
Cool.
Or if you watch the the Fender in 7 minutes.
Probably in the last 30 seconds?
No, that's probably in like the last 10 seconds.
Oh, that might.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, so it's in there, but I just use tape, usually a couple layers of tape so I don't burn through it and get a fuzzy edge.
I need to watch that video because I'm curious to see how you did it.
Yeah, because Jamie I told her about it, and she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, let's try it. Because my friend Mackie, he does, like they'll film a build series on a car for a year. And after the car is done, they'll condense it down into, I think the last one's a 59 El Camino. And it says like, how to build a 59 El Camino in 30 minutes. And they condense a year's worth of videos into 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So originally, the video was going to be how to build a Fender in 30 minutes. And then I kept speeding it up, speeding it up, speeding it up. And by the time I got to the end, it was 7 minutes. And I'm like, that's even better. So, because I can't sit still for 30 minutes watching sped up footage.
Yeah. Duke's Garage said, do you ever have internal battles with yourself about it's just good enough? Probably like getting to a good stopping point on.
Yeah, like I never say it's good enough.
Yeah.
I have to internalize it's good enough for the project at hand, and I'm happy with the quality for the time I put in.
That's happy for the time. I like that. Happy.
Yeah, so it's not good enough doesn't work because as soon as I say good enough, it's not good enough. I feel like that's a cop out. So it has to be within reason.
Yeah.
Like I said, do we want to make this a $100,000 Fender? No.
Not for a trailer, right?
No. Could I make that a $100,000 Fender? Absolutely.
Sure.
I could sit there and nitpick that thing to be absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
But it's not worth it. The juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Yeah, and you got to think of what the customer wants too.
Exactly. Like I don't give out time frames on stuff, but especially publicly, and we'll talk about that here in a minute because I wanted to do a short on it. But a couple people DM'd me wanting to know how many hours I had in the Buck and the Fender, and I told them, and they were surprised that I got it done as fast as I did. So that makes me feel a lot better because, again, I don't want to be outrageously expensive, but I need to be fair to myself.
Yeah.
And the reason why I don't give out time frames, there's a couple reasons. A, it's nobody's business but mine and the client, because they don't want me, well, some of them might not care, but it's not my place to tell people what somebody else is paying for a product.
Yeah.
That's not my job. My job is to make the product.
Yeah.
So I don't feel good telling people how many hours it has because you know what my labor rate is. You can do simple maths and say, he has X amount of hours in that. That Fender was X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
That's nobody's business but mine and the client's. And the other reason is no matter what the answer is. So we'll just throw a number out there. Say that I built this Fender in 10 hours. You're going to get every Tom, Dick, and Harry that doesn't know anything about building that Fender, and they're going to say they could have done it in 8. And then it's going to be Mike's a ripoff. He's screwing that guy over. I could have built 10 Fenders in the time. It's going to start an argument no matter what.
For no reason.
For no reason. I could say that I did this in an hour, and there's going to be people arguing.
Oh, that didn't. That's
like that
fun.
air cleaner.
Yeah.
A guy told me on on Facebook, that I was ripping off my customer because he could make that in 15 minutes. Good for you, champ.
Yeah, customer didn't come to you.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the hammer form didn't take that much longer. So what are you complaining about?
Yeah.
And the third reason I don't like to give out time frames or prices is because some people don't understand that there's differences. Difference in size, difference in shape, difference in this doesn't have a wire edge or a hem. Some fenders have wire edges, some have reverses, some have all this other stuff. So I say that I had 20 hours in this fender. Great. Well, now somebody's going to come to me that saw this video or post where I said I had that time frame in, and they're automatically going to think this fender is going to take 20 hours.
Like, and it's a Mack truck fender.
Exactly.
It's
like,
a totally different fender.
Yeah,
It's
and like
giant.
that, we're not trying to say the Mack truck fender for any
No.
reason other than they're different.
They're huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, way different.
The Mack truck fenders were 4 times the size of this fender.
Right.
So if you automatically have in your head that, well, Mike did this one for 20, he should be able to do my Mack truck fender in 20, or he should be able to do my 36 Ford Roadster fender in the same amount of time. Fenders are not fenders.
Yeah.
They're all different. So those are the 3 reasons I never give how much things cost or how many hours I have in them publicly.
I got a couple questions.
I figured you had questions. I've been rambling.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, if it's something that you do kind of standard, like roof inserts,
Yeah.
you have a standard price. It's on the website. You're gonna
Yeah.
sell it like that. So
Frame rails, roof inserts, stuff that I have
Yeah.
done dozens of times. I
and
know
you
how long it takes.
Yeah. Okay. So next question was from Brandon. He said, "Are you going to have stippled shrinking dies for various uses, or do the stipple as a service?"
Both. So the big thing for me, so the Bailey kick shrinkers, field trip.
Field trip.
So if you've taken the class, you've heard me lecture you guys about not dry firing the tooling, because this is stippled. It's a tungsten spray arc that's on here. So this is a brand new set of dies. Just this part, when this gets stripped off, is $1,000 to buy new tools. That's not including the bases. That's just the tops.
Yeah.
Not happy about it. So we'd been looking at other ways of doing it, like sending those out and having them laser etched and stuff. And a guy messaged me, I think he watches on YouTube. He said, "Hey, I'm retiring a little bit, getting rid of some stuff. I have an electric impregnation machine for metal, not for ladies." So,
Sorry.
hey, you got to be specific.
Yeah.
So we struck a deal, and I bought it mainly for my own stuff because
Yeah.
I can restipple these as many times as I want. I can restipple these as many times as I want. I can restipple these as many times as I want.
Look at that whole pivot there.
Yeah. So I bought it just for the fact that I can service my own tools and not have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. But I don't know anybody else that does it, so we're going to be offering it as a service. So
Yeah.
if you have serrated style tooling, like the little ones I showed, those are standard serrated, and I can stipple right over the top of that. So I will be offering fresh stippling or re-stippling services as well.
Cool. Cool.
And trying to be really affordable. Like the small tooling starts out at $100 a pair.
Sweet. That is fair. Okay. Got a lot more questions.
Okay.
Rick wants to know if we'll be at Cavalcade this year.
Probably not.
Nah.
We are definitely not setting up a booth. I doubt I'll even go as a spectator.
I was gonna say, I don't even know when it is at this point in life.
March or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Brandon said that air cleaner was slick.
Thank you.
Oh gosh, blanking. I know the name. Dalton. Sorry, Dalton. I saw walkies. He said, "What's up?" I said, "Hello." Steven says, "Hi."
Hello.
Gabe said, "People will always complain about something, and some people will always pay for quality."
That's right.
Exactly, Gabe. You
Yep,
got it.
and that's why I don't put it out into the universe, because as much as people think I like to be a shit starter, I try not to be. So I just limit. They're going to complain anyway, so I'm just going to give them less to complain about.
Well, and the other way I look at it too is it's kind of like when you, and maybe for men, it's more like when you go get a tattoo, or like I was gonna say when I get my hair done. Like I probably pay more, but I pay more because my girl is good, she's experienced, and I know what I'm getting from it.
Yeah.
So
Your microphone's on, right? I can't see the blinking light. Turn it the other way.
yeah, it is.
Okay.
Whew, sorry.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, I had one guy argue with me about how I'm trying to hide things or I'm embarrassed about how long it takes me. And I'm like, no, it's like, What would you do if I walked into your house and asked how much your wife weighs? Or how much money do you make a year? Or how much is your car payment? Or how much did you pay for your house? It's just kind of a rude question.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I find it rude, and I just don't think it's anybody's business.
Yeah.
Especially for me to tell what other people pay for things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Questions?
Yeah. Restoration Revival said, most of my customers want A-class work for B-class money. He's having trouble finding Class A customers. I think that's just kind of a time thing.
You know, and they'll come around, and one thing I've found that helps turn B-class customers into A-class customers is the way we do our notes. I do daily work notes. So every day, like I worked on the Fender, it talked about I had to go get material, I pulled out the screws, I laid it out, and for a single day, so about 8 hours, is a full page of typed out notes. So then, when you hit them with a $5,000 bill, if it just says, worked on your car this week, here's $5 grand, they're like, holy crap. But if you give them 4 to 5 pages worth of detailed notes of, wow, he had to do this, and he had to do this, and he had to do this, and this was time consuming because of X, Y, Z, you tell the story, it makes it more manageable, and then they understand. When I started doing that, I got a lot less complaints.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think people just want to know the why behind stuff
Exactly.
a lot of times.
You know, you're just, not that you're trying to justify what you're charging, but you're giving them a little insight.
Yeah.
You know, if it just says, I worked on your car for 40 weeks, or 40 hours this week, well, what'd you do? I worked on it.
Yeah.
That's a tough nut to crack. But if you're like, I had to pull out the piece, paper pattern everything, transfer that information to a blank, clean it up, shape it, planish it, fit it to the buck, and you explain that through, it makes it more realistic of, oh, he legit had 40 hours in it.
Yeah.
You know, he worked his tail off for this money. So that's one thing that I found that helps take the people that struggle paying to paying, because then they're like, now I can see why.
Yeah. Yeah. Brandon said, very cool. Dalton said, join late, might have missed this already, but have you tried stippling a set of Harbor Freight dies?
Not Harbor Freight dies, but I could. So these are the Bailey MSSF. So similar but different. As long as it's a steel face, I can stipple it. So, yeah, I'm gonna, if you want Dalton, send me a set and I'll see if I can stipple it.
Yeah. You know where we are?
Yep.
Woody, who asked it before, he said, when you find, sorry. He said, when you find Class A customers, they'll eventually keep you busy enough to forget about Class B class customers. That too.
Yep.
And they tell their friends.
Exactly.
Restoration Revival said, I do weekly videos I sent to my customers via Messenger. That's a great idea too. Yeah, it's another, I think it just depends on what they prefer. Duke's Garage said, I used to own a gas station many years ago, and the biggest headache was dealing with people who wanted top-notch repairs while wanting a beer budget bill, for sure. Yeah. I think that's just life. Yeah. Dalton said, cool deal. He'll send you them for sure.
Yep. Where did those pieces go? I figured I could show you guys the tooling. I'm probably gonna do a video on making that air cleaner, kinda. Since I didn't video making it, I'm just gonna make a fake bottom, and we'll.
And you had a lot of people asking.
I had a lot of people asking. I'm like, man, I should have videoed that, but I was in the zone, so I didn't film it. So I'll do a base and show you guys how I did that.
Also proof that you don't film every single thing you do.
Exactly. Where'd the tooling go? Oh, there it is. So this was a cool one. So on the air cleaner, where the nut goes for the hold down, I wanted kind of a fancy but simple dimple. Yeah. So I designed the profile in Fusion and sent it to the 3D printer, and here's our tooling. So it's 100% infill, just cheap PLA, and I left a hole so I could press a steel dowel in it, and I drill a 1/4-inch hole for the dowel, put it in there, pop it right in the press, and here's what we got. So I did a bunch of testing just to make sure that it was repeatable and I didn't get any tearing. So when I do the video of making the air cleaner, I have a stack of these test pieces, and if you want one, comment in that video when it comes out that you want one, and I'll mail it to you.
Are you going to say that in the video or no?
I'm going to say that in the video too.
Oh, I was going to say, maybe you shouldn't. Just your live people can.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's up to you.
I don't know. It'll be in the video, but you guys get first dibs.
No,
So
it's
just remember, as soon as you see that video come up, you can comment, send me one of those things. Because
Yeah.
I think there's 4 of them there, and then I'll do a couple more in the video. So
Do you want us domestic only, probably?
probably.
United States only,
Yeah.
just to be, sorry.
Yeah.
Because we looked up shipping to Australia for Reese for a hat, and it was
Yeah, like DHL to ship a hat was almost $100 in freight.
Yeah, so we're going to say
Domestic.
domestic only, sorry.
Yep.
For free.
Yeah.
Can't.
Yeah, so it'll be free, and I'll put what the project was, and I'll date it, and I'll sign
Yeah,
it. So you guys can hang it up or throw it away or do whatever you want with it. So, are there any questions?
I don't have any more.
No more questions.
Just what Dalton was talking about.
All right. So I can show you guys what Brian's been working on.
Yeah.
Brian has been working on the 51 convertible, not the taillight stuff, but other things. So the client wanted us to put push-button doors on it, so he ordered that, and he's like, well, while you're in there, go ahead and put bear claw latches. So this is a common thing that happens while you're in there. So it opened up Pandora's box. So we got ready to do that, and being a convertible, the doors didn't line up. So I told Brian, I'm like, look it over, figure out if the body bolts are tight. So if you come up here, this was a custom built frame, not here. It had no front body mounts. So these were non-existent, and the way they built the frame is it should have been a little bit wider because the bolt would have ended up right in the straight section of the tubing on the outside. So you couldn't put a bracket off of it with a nut or a bolt, and you couldn't just tap the top of the frame. So we had to figure out a way to do that with thick plate, machine it, drill it and tap it, and then make angled shims. So we had to do that.
Maybe if I come around the other side and see.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So show that, and I'll grab something else.
Brandon said, while it's apart, LOL gets me every time.
Yep. So then he did that. Then the next body mounts were off a whole hole. So these were the mounts, and it was off a complete hole. And if you look at here, how are you supposed to put a nut on the back of that? So you can see what we did with those. Cut them off and made new mounts that were similar but in the correct spot. So Brian made those, and those are tacked in. And then the next 2 body mounts were not drilled or tapped in the frame. So he drilled and tapped those. And then I think the middle ones were okay, and then the back ones also don't line up at all. So none of the body mount holes on this custom built frame line up. So that's a bummer. And then the rear end was shoved off. The rear end was shoved off, I think, 1/4 inch to one side, and the body was shoved off 1/4 inch the other way. So he ended up getting the rear end trued up and getting the body square on the frame. Then he put all the body shims in it, and now the doors line up.
Yay. All that just to shut the door.
Well, yeah, and that's just the thing, is we had to do a whole week's worth of work. Brian had to do a whole week's worth of work before he could even start the task at hand. So I think he started on this last Thursday, and here we are at Thursday, and he's ready to start figuring out how to put the bear claw latches in.
Yeah.
Because it was a whole problem of just, well, that's not right, this isn't right, this isn't right, this is missing, this is missing. So.
Well, that's with
Yeah.
a lot of projects, though, too.
Yeah, that's a lot of projects, but we have it on there, and that's why it's up in the air, and that's why the front wheels are off, so he could square everything up and get the body actually mounted to the chassis. So I don't know why none of that stuff was never done, but it wasn't. So we're
It's
getting
done
it
now.
handled.
And Dalton said poor Brian had to start back from step 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Duke's Garage said, do you ever tell a client you're not interested in their project dream regardless of money?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
All the time.
All the time. I try to be very tactful about it. I don't know if I want to give away my secrets, especially if somebody's watching that
You've used your secrets
that
on?
that I've used my secrets on. Usually I just say we're not taking on any clients.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair,
Also is true.
true. Like 2026, we are not taking on any new clients.
Yeah.
But that's a good way of doing it, to not just be like, that's a terrible idea. I don't want any involvement in that. You can just say you're too busy. You don't want to take anything on.
Yeah.
But I try not to break too many people's hearts. I had 2 of those phone calls today. So yes.
Heartbreaker.
Yeah. So.
Dennis wants to know if Brian's ever going to be on Live and Dirty. Brian's, I don't want to say shy, but
Yeah.
introverted maybe.
Yeah. I mean, he is more than welcome to be on Live and Dirty.
Absolutely.
And he might make a guest appearance from time to time. But like currently at 5:30, we had him. He works till 6. So at 5:30, we said go ahead and start finishing up your work notes.
Yeah.
So
it's totally up to him. If he
Yeah.
wants to, he could come hang out.
exactly.
But yeah, he is on an episode of the podcast, I think.
He's
you
on a
said.
couple episodes of the
Yeah,
podcast.
but
I
like
think season 1 or season 2.
Yeah, on the publicly facing
Yeah.
podcast, if you want to check that out.
Yep. And speaking of podcasts,
Yeah.
all the patrons and the Discord members have early access to the audio version of the podcast
Yeah.
and the video version of the podcast. Full length, not just the first half. So then tomorrow, I think tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., everybody else is going to get access to the first 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So make sure to keep an eye out for that. Well, actually, they only get the audio version. They don't get the video
Oh,
version.
yeah, they don't get the video. They don't get to see our pretty
Nope.
faces. We do wave at the camera.
We do wave.
It's real
We do
cute.
acknowledge. I think Dalton and Brandon said they watched the video.
Yeah.
The audio is a lot better on the video because we're wearing these microphones.
Yeah.
And I'm getting some weird buzzing through the board.
Could you hear it? I didn't really hear it,
You
but
can hear it.
I didn't listen to the whole
Yeah.
podcast again.
Yeah. So that's a new development, and I don't know where that buzzing's coming from. So we might end up needing to get a new mixer.
Michael says, how much more work is to finish the quarters on the Ford?
I have maybe 2 or 3 days in the driver's side, just getting everything dialed in so they match. And then it'll be mark and turn the edges to go in the trunk, and then trim everything out, weld them on. So in reality, 80 to 100 hours,
Yeah.
and they'll be on.
Yeah.
So plus or minus. That's just kind of a guesstimate, because I figured it's going to take me about a week to finish this fender, get them the same, and get the edges turned. So about 40 hours there, and then probably another 40 hours to get everything trimmed, fit, and welded, and start to hammer
For
it out.
someone who doesn't give estimates, you
Yeah, that's a guesstimate.
you gave a guesstimate.
Yeah, we'll see.
Gabe is asking people to hit the like button. Thanks, Gabe.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks,
it.
Gabe.
Yeah, because we've got a good amount of people tonight. So
Yeah,
thanks for
good.
joining us. We've
Yeah, and we've been hitting the YouTube hard.
been hitting all this hard.
Yeah, like I said,
feel
we are scheduled long format videos to the middle, 3rd week in February, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, we've got shorts going regularly, which I
Yep.
think helps. I don't know what this algorithm like, so we just
Yeah.
figure we'll just be consistent.
we're just
and
gonna
see,
hit
do
it
what we can
and
do.
hit it hard. give it our
Hit
all.
it and quit it. No, just kidding. Yeah. Adrian said, "Hi there. Would you speak about the sweeps hanging on the wall, material that they're made of, and how the radiuses are measured? Thanks."
Yep. So we can talk about 2 different sets of sweeps.
Yeah, this is fun. And if you've been here before, you might know might know where we're going with it.
So this is a standard set of sweeps. And my friend Chris made these for me. So they start at 0 and they go all the way to 100. It's a standardized unit of measure. These are based on an original set. And here
When did we get these? Well,
is an original set.
When did you get these?
What?
When did you get these?
A couple months ago, I think.
Yeah, they're pretty new to us.
Yep.
New to the shop.
So these are from Fisher Body in Detroit. It is a true sweep. So this is 3.5 and 2.5. and that is set number 12. So it's all based on, well, this is set 12, not number. So this is number 1. That'll be easier. So a half and a 1.5. That is our rise, and that is our rise. So a 1 and a 1.5. Usually it is an 1/8 inch rise over the center based on point A to point B over 5 feet. So by the time you get to a 100, or this one's a 50, so a number 50, our rise is 6 1/8, or in millimeters is 155.57. And that gives us a 76.53 inch radius.
Cool.
Yeah, that number was actually the 49.
Yeah.
The sticker messes me up because it's backwards. So it's just a standardized unit of measure.
Oh, actually, sorry, I missed a question from Dalton. He said, what's the plan for the extra Model A quarter?
This one, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll raffle it off. Maybe we'll run it over with the forklift. Who knows?
Yeah. Restoration Revival also said, I can't work out the YouTube algorithm, put a video up that you think's going to do well and it tanks. And someone else said, my boring videos seem to do better.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Gabe said he was going to ask the same thing about the panel. Duke's Garage says, is it true that body panels are different from side to side, right from the factory? Even they don't make them like they used to cars?
Yes. So nothing is going to be symmetrical. And I like to use Ferraris as an example. Some of the most expensive cars on the planet, 60s Ferraris, 50s Ferraris, they are junk. Like, they're very expensive junk, but they can be 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, an inch different side to side. Because you got two different people. You got, Tommy working on one side and Ronnie working on the other, and they meet in the middle. They're just not that great.
Yeah.
Newer cars probably have more precise fitting panels and more symmetrical fitting panels than old cars do. And the problem too is, from the factory, I mean, a Model A or a Model T, they didn't know what fit and finish and, a high-end automobile was, because it was a brand new thing.
Yeah.
They were pretty close, but you were hand making tooling and you were stamping stuff out. So the first 10 fenders were probably nice. The last 10 fenders out of 50,000 or however many Model A's they built were probably pretty rough because that tooling got worn.
Yeah, true.
And then resurfaced and reshaped. So, no. None of these old cars' panels fit good to begin with.
Dennis wants to know, how long did it take to clean the new sweeps? Do they still smell like smoke?
I haven't cleaned them yet, and they still smell like something.
I was going to say, I don't think you've cleaned them because they
No.
still look kind of...
Yeah, I tried to clean one with rubbing alcohol, and it didn't take whatever's on there off. So
Yeah.
they're just going to stay dirty.
Dalton said he was thinking the same thing, maybe a raffle or something like that. He'd be interested in it for a wall hanger for sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
or it could be like the 34.
Oh, I was going to
Coupe
say, you
core.
have enough wall hangers.
Yeah, so it could stay up there as a reminder of, don't suck this week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
So we can show them the e-bike frame.
Oh, yeah, I saw it sitting
Yeah.
there. So you got it back?
Yep. So I don't know if we talked about it.
No, I don't think so.
I am doing an e-bike to match the MGA.
Yeah.
A company reached out and asked if I would be interested in doing a custom version or a signature series on this e-bike.
Yeah.
So it's a Mac Fox, and it was black, and my powder coater got pretty close to matching the MGA. So I got it back today. We're going to probably try to start and put it back together next week. I designed moon discs for it, so it's going to have large moon discs. Try to get that going and make it kind of match the MGA a little bit.
Yeah.
Not getting super carried away with it, but carried away enough.
Yeah, Brandon said, oh, that's fun, assault bike.
Yeah, because we bought the Super 73 for El Mirage in Bonneville.
And
then
it's perfect.
It's perfect.
That's super fun.
E-bikes on the Salt are awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dalton said that's super cool.
And this is fun. This is one of my treasures from California.
I said I was not going to wash it because I was a little scared.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So, yep. Stitched.
Stitch.
And this is probably from the 60s.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah. So, an official and by Jerry.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Because Mike's dad goes by Jerry.
Yeah.
So, hold on a second. Gabe said that's going to look good beside the lime.
Yeah.
Dalton said, which bike is it for again?
Which bike is what?
The frame for, probably.
Yeah, it's a Mac Fox e-bike. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was here last time he was here. We're sitting up here with, and now we've got.
So was it in pieces when he was here? Or was
No,
it
we took it
together?
apart a week and a half ago.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it was up here sitting next to the Super 73, and now its spot's been taken by pedal bikes.
Yeah, because now someone's trying to buy a bunch of pedal bikes.
Yeah.
Brandon said, or Duke's Garage said that some machine is cool. Used to own one. And then Brandon said he's been wrestling with what to do for that, looking at two-wheel options. E-bike batteries are just weird him out a tad.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, that's a good thing is we rode those things all day, and we would just charge them for a couple hours, and they did great.
Yeah.
So I'm a big believer in the e-bikes for the salt or the dirt. It just makes sense, because then you don't have to worry about gasoline, and
It's easy to.
they fit in the trailer easy, they fit in the back of a truck easy, and hopefully some of you guys will be able to make it to, what are we calling it? I don't remember.
Something speed?
I don't know. You guys are watching. The guys in the Discord knows what it's called. I can't remember. But we're going to be doing that subscriber appreciation, follower appreciation event here right before we go to Bonneville.
High-speed social.
Yeah, high-speed social.
Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah, yeah. My brain is done for the day. Yeah, so the high-speed social will be for our Patreons or patrons and our Discord members, to where you can come to the shop and you get a VIP hangout, going to cater some food, and then we'll do the road to Bonneville if you guys want to caravan out with us.
Yeah.
So all that information will be continually updated on the Discord server. So if you want to get in on that and join, head over to patreon.com/cornfieldcustoms and check it out.
Yeah, because we got to start working on itinerary, I think, because you want to take people around.
Yeah, get you guys a short bus and we'll haul you around.
Yeah.
So get those questions in, because we are at about 45 minutes already.
Yeah,
And I'm starting to get hungry.
I'm getting hungry.
I don't know where we're going to go for dinner tonight, so figured I'd beat you to it, Dennis.
I know. I'm not there yet. I haven't decided.
Yeah.
Gabe said he's looking forward to it.
Good.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
I know. Did I send you that video? I found a restaurant, and I don't know if we'll go there this weekend, but I found a restaurant in Cincinnati that will put your pasta in like one of those big giant cheese wheels, and I want to do that.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
I want that.
I want that.
Yeah. So get your guys' questions in, because I've covered about everything we've worked on for the week, and then it's just going to be another big week next week. So my Friday project's tomorrow, and then crew chief Tom Stewart is coming into town.
Yeah.
Well, he's actually technically in this part of the country. So he flew in today to CVG, and then he got a rental car, and him and his son Riley went to VV, Indiana, where his family's from.
So that's kind of cool. And that's how far from here?
A couple hours.
Couple?
Hour and a half.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say I don't think it's
It's not super far.
Yeah, it's definitely not that far. Like CVG's the closest airport anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tom and Riley will be here all weekend helping on the MGA. We're going to start kicking things into gear and getting that car figured out for El Mirage in May. So we are also going to do a podcast while he's here, because Tom, where are you going?
Just get a different angle.
Okay. So Tom is an interesting guy. He has been a land speed racer a long time. He's raced at Laguna Seca, Bonneville. He's crewed on 400-mile-an-hour cars.
Yeah.
He's in the 200-mile-an-hour club. His daughter's in the 200-mile-an-hour club. He
Riley's
crewed.
in the 200-mile-an-hour club too, right?
No, he's not.
Oh,
Now, that's
okay.
part of the deal. If I get in the 2 club and Riley gets in the 2 club, Tom will get a 200-mile-an-hour tattoo.
Ooh.
So Tom does not have any tattoos, and I don't know if he's watching because he's over in VV.
Probably not, but
But yeah, he's getting honorable mentions. So with that, think about some questions that you would like to ask somebody that's that involved with racing.
yeah.
Because I'm going to put a post up probably on Saturday. Let's just get those questions in, and then Sunday we're going to film the podcast.
Yeah.
So that'll be a good one. You don't want to miss that.
Dennis said we should put the high-speed social in the newsletter. Dennis, this is why we keep you around, because you're a smart guy. Santa's little helper said, hello, y'all. MVP Garage says, beyond simply experimenting with scrap metal, what kinds of small projects would you recommend for first-time metal workers? Also, thrilled to see you, a fellow BMX rider.
Yeah. So as far as, it's really hard. Like, you don't want to just make a project to make a project. You want to do a project that has to fit something. It's going to teach you a lot more if you have to do something. So say you just, I'm going to make a bowl. That's everybody's introduction to metal shaping.
Yeah.
What's your bowl going to fit? You don't have...
Parameters?
Yeah, you don't, like you can say, oh, I want this to be a 12-inch radius.
Yeah.
But if it's not a 12-inch radius, you're just going to pitch it in the scrap bin. So if you have a project that needs a part, try to make that part, because then you're up against the wall. It has to fit. It has to look right.
Yeah.
And you have an end goal, not just, look at this, I made this bowl. I think you learn a lot more, and you're going to retain that information. If it's a tangible product, you have to use for something.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're making salad bowls because you want to make a salad, then make a bowl. Yeah. But I think real life projects that have to fit something, you're going to do a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know that's probably not the answer you wanted, but it's the answer of reality.
Well, kind of like holding your feet to the fire a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like you learn better that way. Cool. Yeah. Everyone else says you answered Brandon's question because he was asking if you were going to have Tom on the podcast.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah. So get those questions in, because like I said, I mean, he crewed on the Jessel truck that, man, they put a lot of people in the 200-mile-an-hour club. With that truck, he'd been on that for a long time. He ran his own car. He's building a new Roadster. He's ran a Streamliner. I think he did a Lakester. I mean, he's got some really good stories. And he does vintage racing with a guy at Laguna Seca and a couple other places. Yeah, he's just been around a long time, and he's a really good guy, and that's why he's our crew chief.
Yeah, and he's good, like he wants to share knowledge for sure, too.
Yeah.
Tom's a super nice guy, very patient, a good teacher, I would say, too.
He's way more patient than I am.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I'm a little more
That's why
high-strung.
I said that, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So get those questions in, because we're going to start winding this one down.
Yeah.
So make sure to go over and check out the playlist of the Watson Fender, because you should have 2 full-length episodes out. The How to Make a Fender in 7 Minutes is on there, and Jamie is going to be working this weekend on updating thumbnails and getting some of the playlists cleaned up, because I found more issues with that.
Yeah, hopefully you like my thumbnails I made
Yeah.
recently. Couple things. Gabe said, have to get some on that truck. That thing was awesome. So yeah. And Brandon said, where do we put these questions again, as multitasking might have missed it? So
For the people in Discord, put that in the discussion group. You can just go in and say, question for podcast with Tom.
Yeah.
If not, I'm going to put it up on Instagram. So it'll be like Instagram stories. So it'll just be the little questions box where you can ask something. And I'll have an interesting picture of Tom. Just say, Tom Stewart's going to be on the podcast. Ask a question. So either way, just as long as we get them.
I was going to ask if Tom was the one who fell asleep at our house and the dog fell asleep on him. But I think that's Chris Rush. But I think that's been a lot of people.
Everybody.
It's
been Jimmy a bunch.
Yeah, I was going to say, a lot of people sit on our couch and then one of the dogs
Curls up on him
curls
and
up
falls
on
asleep.
him and falls asleep.
Yeah.
But it's cute.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so make sure to be thinking about those questions. And like I said, if you're on the Discord, go ahead and throw those in there as they come up. The more questions, the better. That way it's not just me rambling on about stupid nonsense like it has been in the past.
Yeah, and you won't have to listen to my voice, so that'll probably be nice.
Yeah. Oh, you're probably going to be on it too.
Oh, I am?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Mrs. Cornfield is the co-host. You can't ditch.
Co-hosting duties?
Yep.
Yeah.
So what other questions do you guys have? Nothing?
I don't have anything other than Brandon asking that, and then he said, yeah, can we add it on Discord? And you answered that question, so
absolutely.
I think we're good.
And if you guys want access to the Discord, again, check out Patreon. I think the Discord is going to be a really cool thing once it gets fully up and running. I think we have 9 people on there now, and it's just, there's good conversations and people helping each other and sharing information and experiences. But the more people we get, I think the better that's going to become. And the fact that we can self-police, and if you're a jerk off, you'll get kicked out pretty quick.
Yeah.
So just trying to build a cool place with cool people that can share knowledge and not have to worry about the yahoos on public social media.
Gabe said enjoy supper tonight. And then Dalton wants to know, do you have the hoodie you have on in stock? Turn around.
It's a belly tank. Who asked?
It is belly tank. Dalton. I think we do, but
we only have a few sizes.
Okay.
Shoot me what size you want, and we'll see we got it.
Yeah. Dalton, just let us know. And then Brandon said another +1 for the Discord. It's a cool spot. Yeah, we've been talking about, you guys have been talking about, I guess, 3D printing and stuff. I was thinking about posting my picture of what I had you 3D print for me the other day. But
yeah, and we are going to have the 5-inch shrinking discs are kind of on the way.
Yeah.
All the blanks are ordered. The machinist said he's working on the tooling, so hopefully in the next couple weeks we will have the Hot Shot 5-inch shrinking discs available.
And if you're on Discord, you
get your discount. I think it's 15%?
Yeah.
10 or 15%?
Well, and I was going to say, you'll probably tell them it's live before we tell the world it's live. So
yeah,
we're pretty good about telling Discord people stuff first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First dibs.
First dibs.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah.
think we're
No other
probably-
questions. You guys are awfully quiet tonight.
I know.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. If I'm doing a good job or they're just...
Or I feel like you're somewhat preemptively answering questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dalton also seconded the Discord as well. He says, thanks, Mike. Y'all have a good night and enjoy supper.
Yeah. Well, I guess people are leaving.
I know, they are. We're starting to
All right,
wind
so
down.
we
Do your spiel.
we will wind down. So thank you guys for checking out this Live and Dirty. Make sure to check out some of our longer format videos. Comment, share, like. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit that notification bell. It helps out a lot, especially with how hard we are hitting YouTube. We have some pretty lofty goals this year, so we're going to do our best. And any of the support you guys can give just by watching and sharing the videos is greatly appreciated. If you want to support more and you want to get access to the Discord server, discounts, coming to, what was the event in the summer? I already forgot.
High Speed Social.
The High Speed Social, and a lot of the extra perks that come with being a patron and on the Discord, getting early access to videos. You know, you get all of that stuff before anybody else. Just head on over to patreon.com/cornfieldcustoms. Check that out. We'd love to have you. And is there a question?
Yeah, we got one question, and then I just want to shout some people out. Martin Miller said, what type of aluminum and thickness for a gas tank on a motorcycle?
Usually everything I do will be 063, 3003, H14. You could use 5052. It tends to be a little bit more brittle. I like the 3003 because it doesn't work harden, and you have to think the vibration of the engine and the road will eventually fatigue and crack as well.
Cool.
So stick that 3003 personally.
Cool. Santa's Little Helper, so this is his first time here, and he subbed. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks for joining us, and thanks for subscribing.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good stuff coming.
Yeah, MVP Garage said thanks for sharing your knowledge. Thanks, Dennis. He said thank you. And Alshine Copper said thank you. And KS Bigwig said thanks. So thank you guys. We appreciate you taking your time.
Yeah.
So
Anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. I think you covered everything. And
Yeah.
we just appreciate you all for paying attention to us. That's
Yeah,
nice.
so don't forget to get questions in for the podcast with
Yeah.
Tom Stewart. Make sure to check out the podcast either on the video feed here on YouTube if you are a member of the Discord or of the Patreon, or it goes live audio tomorrow for the first 35-ish minutes. And make sure to drop a comment on the new video series on the Watson Fender. Let me know what you think. And yeah, if there's no other questions, we're going to get out of here and go get dinner.
Santa's Little Helper wants to see that tattoo on your hand, so I can show that, and then we can probably dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's your left hand, so.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, have a good night, guys. Appreciate it.
We'll catch you next week at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time for Live and Dirty at 5:30. So thanks for watching. We'll see you then.